What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel from Complex Simplicity. Happy Saturday. I can't believe it's October 21st. Like, where is the autumn season going? So I don't know. I just came back home from doing a ladies' night, dinner night with my girl, Mo. She's a childhood friend of mine, and we have recently reconnected within the last month and change, which has been so dope. And, it just got me to thinking, just connecting over appetizers, glass of wine, margarita, wine for me, margarita for my friend, even though she's a wine girl, yay. And then just talking afterwards was so dope. And I know that I often talk about on this website or share my experiences, my perplexedness as far as why it's so hard to get women of color to be those consistent support systems in one another's lives. And I felt like just talking today and even hearing my friend and what life has been for her in certain areas, and me sharing what life has been for me in certain areas, like you walk away feeling empowered and encouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody gets it, or we're gonna be in it together, or I don't know, just that sisterhood. There's something so powerful and so bomb to be said about really having that true core of women you can like do life with, right? We all have, most of us have our husbands, significant others, whatever, right? But when you have that little core group of your girls that you could do life with, like that's everything. And I don't think that we women of color really understand that. And I wish that we would more. So I just want to share a little tidbit of that. Today may be another random what's on my mind. It's funny, I work on Saturdays and I do a training for people who want to be foster parents. And I did a training this morning and was definitely reminded of how you just never really know people's stories out here. You never really know what people have gone through. Sometimes you may see strange behavior, or what you may observe as bizarre behavior, or just something that you can't fully understand or explain when it comes to someone that you're getting to know. But then when you hear their story, it's like, it all makes sense now. And that was a great reminder. I had one of those kind of experiences today, and that was a great reminder for me, just to constantly remember, Chanel, you don't always know people's stories, even the people who you feel have been in your life for a long time. Sometimes you still don't really know people's stories. And, to kind of have patience with everyone, and as you're getting to know them, as you're in that process, and to have a heart, Now that doesn't necessarily mean that they may be the right suit for, or the best suitor for someone being in your personal world. It doesn't mean that they may be the best suitor for someone who is going to be linked to you in your professional world. But I think just as human common decency, it's important to understand and give people the chance to share their story at their pace, right? Just because I am very transparent and would be more apt to just give it to you straight about where I am in life and my experiences, I'm learning, and I have learned and am continuing to learn that not everybody else is there, and that other people's experiences and stories, it may take a long time before they feel ready to really relinquish such information to you. Maybe you have to gain trust. Maybe they have to feel like they won't be judged, and that's something that, as that moment was happening for me earlier today, I feel like I was like, God, I hear you. I get it. And even with the whole judgment thing, sometimes I feel like it's something we all do. And sometimes I feel like some of us who are the most fearful of being judged can be the most judgy people sometimes. But at the same time, I feel like to some extent, with the people that you're going to have in your personal world, in your inner circle, there needs to be some level of hearing the truth even when you don't want to hear it. And I know nobody wants to feel judged where you feel like you're not worth anything, or you feel like people look down on you. But I think every now and then a little slight wake-up call of accountability is important. And the crazy thing that I never understand when it comes to me is, in my mind, I feel like I am one of the least judgmental people that I know. As far as I am an observer. Get it together, girl, and an assessor. And I think that at times gets misconstrued for being a judgmental person. I just am always observing my surroundings and those in my world and in the outskirts of my world. And I'm just that type of person that will always be an assessor of human behavior, right? But I feel like sometimes it gets misconstrued, and I find myself I feel like there are a lot of people that know me that are like, girl, I can tell you I murdered someone and I feel like you wouldn't judge me. And then I feel like there are people I know that will purposely not tell me certain things out of fear or them feeling that I'm going to be judgmental, which I never understand, right? But, it is what it is. We all see things differently and see one another differently. And my thing is, and I love this that Charlamagne always says, when you live in your truth and you own it and you're the first to tell your truth, nobody could use that against you. And so for those out there who are very fearful of being judged or people looking down on them, if you own your truth and live in your truth, can't nobody use that against you. And so if they are going to still be judgmental and look at you crazy, then that's cool. You definitely don't need to be a part of my team and in my world, and that's kind of what I like to do. I even use this platform of a website that I have. I'll be the first to tell you, yes, I can have narcissistic moments at times. I'll be the first to tell you, certain things and experiences that I've gone through. I'll be the first to own my truth and live in it, which is probably why what other people think of me or really feel about me, I really don't care much. Like, if you don't like me, that's cool. If I'm not your cup of tea, I'm fine with that. If you don't like something that I'm sharing or how I'm looking when I'm on camera or whatever's in the background, because my husband's always draping things on our sofa, which I don't understand. I don't care, it is what it is. I know who I am. I love who I am. And I know the people who matter in my life who know me and get me and appreciate me and know my value and what I bring to the table. It's funny, on my social media, my Instagram page for the website, I reposted this quote that was so dope. It's very long-winded, so I'll have to paraphrase it for you, but it pretty much is saying, not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to love you. Not everybody's going to get you. Not everybody is going to see the value and the worth in you, and that's okay. Focus on the people in life who do, the people who genuinely love you, the people who really see what you bring to the table, the people who appreciate your friendship and your loyalty, the people who appreciate all things you. Those are the ones that you share your gifts with, that you share your you-ness with. Those are the ones you focus on. Stop trying to win over the people who don't care about you or give two craps about you and trying to get them to buy into anything you're doing. I recognize with this website, people who don't like my zhuzh, who don't care for me, who have issues with me, they're not going to buy into this. And guess what? That's okay, because I know there's enough of you out there who do and will, and so those, you are the ones that I'm really pouring into and working hard on this website and constantly trying to give you empowering and encouraging and thought-provoking content, because I know that there's enough of you out there that actually appreciate all things complex simplicity, or most things complex simplicity. I don't have time to focus on the naysayers, the haters, the jealous ones, and the ones who just think this is whack. You're entitled to your feelings, and that's fine, but I'm over here focusing on y'all because I know my worth, and I know that what I have to offer the world is bomb and amazing and dope, right? And that's not in a smug way. That's in a self-confident, I know my worth way, And so be encouraged, So if I can tie everything together with one single thread of what I discussed in these 9 minutes so far, I would say, ladies, all ladies of all ethnicities and backgrounds, and particularly women of color, it is important to have a small network or some kind of network of positive women in your world, in your life, who can build you up, empower you, support you, and who you can do the very same things to and with. It's important to still catch up and have some type of time. I think I've talked about this in a previous vlog when I'm like, we ain't that booked, we ain't that busy. We can dedicate the time. I live upstate and I work in the hood, so to speak, right? And so anytime that I'm around work, and I work on Saturdays, I try to see my parents. I try to visit them once a week. And I was like, you know what? I'm very impromptu. A lot of my girlfriends will tell you. And this is one of my girlfriends that has kids, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm in the Ville, shout out to those who know what I'm talking about. I'm in the Earn. And if you're free, would you want to link up? I came down here to see my family, and I would like to kick it with you, to hang. And right away, she was like, yeah, what you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Because, for me, we ain't got to spend money to have a good time. So whatever you want. Because she got kids, and a lot of times her kids are with her, which is fine. She has some of the most well-behaved, chill kids I've ever met. Like, we're able to have our woman time, girl time talk, and they're in their own worlds, so to speak. So, I didn't care if we went to the park. I didn't care if we went to a restaurant. But she was like, hey, let's go to Applebee's. They're supposed to have these dollar margaritas, right? I was like, oh, shoot, because when I get tired of having my red wine, for those who don't know, your girl does enjoy a good margarita now. So we ended up meeting at an Applebee's. And unfortunately, the location we picked didn't have those dollar margaritas, but I still got my glass of Merlot. I'm good. She ended up getting some other kind of margarita. And we had our little appetizers, and we were chopping it up. I'm interacting with the kids. We still having our adult time. And afterwards, we walked around the mall area, and we're talking. The kids were playing in this play area. And we were just chopping it up and empowering and encouraging and listening and supporting each other. And that is still necessary, okay? And she got kids, and I hit her up on a whim, and she still had the time. We are not that booked, folks. But anyway. And then the next point that I made is, it is okay, if everybody doesn't care for you like that, or like you like that, or gel with you like that. Life goes on. Let's stop focusing on the people who don't really want a business with us, and focus on the many people in your life, in your world, who actually care, who actually appreciate you and understand your value. Those are the people that you surround yourself with, I don't know about y'all, but I don't got time to be surrounding myself with haters. I ain't got time to be surrounding myself with people who want my life. I don't got time to be surrounding myself with people who just flat out don't like me or get me. Love is love, but I'm over here where I need to be and where I belong. So please be encouraged and know your circles. And when you do see a positive woman in your life, for the fellow ladies out there, please don't let them, grab hold of them and nurture that relationship, that friendship. Don't let stupidity get in the way of things, and understand the power of when women link up, amazing things happen, y'all. When women encourage each other, you walk away feeling like you could take on the world, even my girlfriend was like, I feel so much better after speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I was going through, it just felt good to just get it out and talk to another woman. Because let's keep it real. My husband's my best friend, and we talk about a whole bunch of things, a lot of things, everything. But there's certain things that he's not going to get that a good girlfriend would get. You know what I'm saying? You still need, I don't care how booed up you are, how married you are, how Christian you are, how whatever you are, how much of a loner you are, you still need your fellow woman out here. Don't get it twisted. That's how you know I'm getting hyped, when I start dancing with the words, right? So just be encouraged and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Continue to head to complexsimplicity.com, and until next time.